Welcome RidgeLife, I'm Tim, and today we're going to show you how to feed large and small colonies of honeybees during the summer dearth. We're going to be feeding our bees today with a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar syrup. Again, that's just 1 part cane sugar to 1 part warm water. Get it all mixed up. In the wintertime, we use a 2-to-1 ratio. That's 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Give them a lot thicker ratio, a lot more energy to get them through the winter. But in the summertime, again, a 1-to-1 to mimic that nectar flow that is so missing during the summer dearth. And the dearth is whenever the flowers stop blooming and there's no nectar for them to bring in, and that's when they start partaking in their honey. Well, we don't want them to do that. We get the honey for ourselves, so we got to feed them the sugar water to get them to the fall flow comes on when the fall flowers come out. So today we're going to be using the FD 618 top feeder. It's a 4-gallon feeder from mann-lake. And this one comes with the mini honey super, the wooden super. You can get this without the super and just use your own, like right here. Now this FD 618 top feeder, 4 gallons, has a screen in here. The bees come up from the bottom, right through the hole here, and then they get down between the screen and the fluid, the syrup, and they get their little fill. You can pour it in from the top. It's real easy with these top feeders. You just take the top cover off, pour your syrup in. You never have to get into your bees. So these are real nice. We're going to try these today. This second feeder is something I'm trying for the first time this year, which is going to make it real easy for the smaller hives. Larger or smaller hives, you don't need 4 gallons. And this is a really big volume to put on there. It really could induce robbing to have this much syrup in a small hive. So we're going to be using the FD 820, which is a 1.5 gallon feeder. This one's 2.5 inches wide, so I'm going to have to pull 2 frames out. And I really don't care to do that. I probably should have gone with the 1 gallon feeder that's about 2 inches wide. They've got 3 different sizes, these, so whatever you want. Now, again, the part number for the top feeder, it was an 8 frame. You can get a 10 frame also. I have 8 frames here on the Ridge. So setting these up is very simple. You slide the wooden insert down inside the frame feeder. Again, this just mimics a frame of bees, or a frame that you have in your bee colony. And you have these ladders. These ladders keep the bees from getting down in the syrup and getting stuck. Just insert your ladders down in there, all the way down. Very simple. And then they have these bands that you put across the top. Once you get them across the top, that secures the wood in place. Very simple setup there. And then as you fill it up, you put the top on, and then the bees go down in these ladders. Again, it keeps them from getting down in the liquid and perishing, and then they can come back up. So we're going to slide this in the smaller colonies in place of 2 frames. Sounds pretty simple. Let's go do it. We'll start off by putting our large pro feeder here on barn bees. This is a swarm catch we caught this year, and they have just gone gangbusters, giving us honey already. We've extracted honey off of this colony, and you can see tons and tons of bees. We'll give them a little smoke at all their entrances. Get this top off here. Hopefully we see bees. We see bees. That's always a good thing. Come down here, give them a little smoke in the top. Little smoke inside, drive them down. Oh yeah, we got bees. Like seeing that. Again, we've got 2 8-frame deeps here, so we're going to add this pro feeder on top. I usually don't do 3 deeps. I only do 2 deeps, and then supers on it throughout the spring, supers on it throughout the fall, and that way you go into a winter with a strong 2-deep colony with lots of food and lots of brood. So we are going to first get our entrance reducer on. You can see barn bees does not have an entrance reducer. There was so many bees coming and going this year. I just left it open, and they have done gangbusters with it. But I'm going to put the entrance reducer on the medium size. You have none, medium, and small. I'm going to put it on the medium size. Get that slid in right there. If you don't put your entrance reducers on during the dearth period and you feed your bees, this is what will happen. Look at all these dead bees down here. Those are all dead bees from a robbing situation that happened whenever we pulled honey off. And it's the same thing when you feed. If you don't limit the entrances, you can have lots and lots of dead bees. Luckily we had the entrance reducer on here and they'd came out and fought, but we're going to prevent that today by making sure that every colony we feed has a very limited entrance to keep them robbers out. Now that we have the entrance reducer on, I'm going to go ahead and put my top cover on. I'm going to put it on with holes down. That way the bees have to come and go through the main bee body to get to the syrup. I want the bees in here going up to the syrup, not ones from the outside, robbers coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and get my feeder on here. Try to get all this done before the bees get too agitated, especially when, as soon as I open up this syrup and get that out, they're going to want to go crazy. We've got beautiful syrup water, 1-to-1 ratio. I'm going to fill this cup up here. Pour that in. There we are. Do that again on the other side. Try not to get too much spilled on the outside of your colony because that will induce robbing also, everybody. So keep coming through here. 2 on that side. Again, I'm not going to put the 4 gallons in here. I'm just going to distribute this 5 gallons amongst all my 5 colonies here. Here we go. Now, one thing I do at the very last second is pour a little bit across the top there to let them know it's up here and to induce them to come up. So I've got 3 of these big 32-ounce cups in there. We're going to call this one done. Now I'm going to get the top on, get this closed up before these bees start going too crazy. There we go. All right. And barn bees is fed, entrance reducer is on. Now let's move over to gunslinger bees. That is a swarm catch we caught in a styrofoam cooler. Very, very small swarm. We had to do a cutout of their comb and put it in foundationless frames. And I'm very anxious to see how they're doing. So let's get over there. Now it's time to check our smallest colony, and this is Gunslinger. It's again out of the styrofoam cooler, and Gunslinger has Queen June. I got that off the Fear the Walking Dead TV series when they took out my favorite character. Spoiler alert: John, the Gunslinger, made this in memory of him. So. Just a fictional character, I know. But let's go ahead and check them because they were very, very small. And again, they had to draw out their own comb, and I had to do cut out on foundationless frames. So I'm excited to see where they are. Did they build out more comb? Did they cut the rubber bands? Let's see. Let's get inside. So let me go ahead and give a little smoke. Let's go ahead and open them up. Oh, we got lots of bees, everybody. That's a good sign. I like seeing lots of bees. Set this down over here. Okay. And give a little more smoke in the top entrance here. Lots of bees in there. May not have enough room to put this feeder in. Oh yeah, we'll have room. So lots of bees in here. Lots and lots of bees. Make sure the queen's not up here. Queen June. I don't see Queen June anywhere there. All right, so let's move this to that side. There we are. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is pull out some of these empty frames. See, they didn't draw anything out on this yet. So, okay, move that right there. And so I only had to pull 2. There's a small hive beetle. Just killed that. Need to get some Swiffer sheets in here, don't I? So, they didn't draw anything out on this. I don't see the queen. So we've got 2 to be able to pull out. That's great news. Get the bees off of there. Again, I didn't see the queen on there, so that's fine. Get that set down. So that's the 2 we're going to pull out. Now let's inspect and see how they did with their drawn comb. Oh, they made new comb. Look at that. All the white was new. All the white was new, added to what I put in there. And there is brood in there, guys. There is brood inside the new wax. That's awesome. So they've drawn that out, they've connected to the bottom, they've cut a couple of the rubber bands. See, there was a rubber band going right through there. Do you see the queen anywhere? Do you see Queen June? But she's got eggs in there. She's doing a great job. So we got that right there. Put that in. And then let's check the next one over. Was just a foundation frame. Oh, foundationless actually, but it was an old frame I put in there. And there is lots of brood and lots of activity on there. I don't see Queen June. Don't see Queen June. Lots of activity on this side. Queen June's doing a great job. See anybody see Queen June? I do not. Okay, so that's good. Now we have our next foundationless frame that was a cutout from the swarm catch. Let's see how it looks. I bet Queen's on here. Oh, they've connected it. The rubber bands are falling off. I don't see the Queen. Lots of new comb though. She is doing great. They don't really have to see the Queen when you see all this activity, but they do need some food, guys. I haven't seen much food in here. So let's go ahead and move this one more time. Check on this. All right. Oh, she's got brood over here. Good job, Queen June. Check on this side. Okay, we don't have anything on this side, so that's fine. And then we've got some empty frames on the outside edge. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to move that there. Slide that one down. Slide that one down. Slide that one down. Oop, I see a small hive beetle. That's all right. That's why I don't want to add another, well, I need to get the rubber band out of there, don't I? See if I can get that. Oh, it's stuck to the frame. That's all right. So that's why I don't want to add another deep right now, because if I do, I may have too much space. So I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to put the feeder in right in between there. So let me get my bee space set up. There we are. So now let's look at the feeder. So again, we've got this 1.5 gallon, 2.5 inch, and you can see if I had gotten just a little bit smaller, I could have easily have just taken out one frame. But with a 2.5 inch, you got to take out two. So again, I'm just going to pour the syrup down the holes, and once you get the cover and everything on there, you can pour the syrup in the holes. You never have to keep taking it off. That is really, really nice. So let's go ahead and get added down in there. Let's go ahead and get my bee space set up. Bee space is very important, everyone. Bee space is very important. All right, so now we just need to pour in our sugar water. We want to get this done before too many things hear us coming. So let that drip off there, because this is a small hive, so I don't want too much going on here. So let's see if I can do this. Actually, for them, I think I'm going to go ahead and pour it in with the cover off. I think that's an easier solution, so I don't get it everywhere. Put that back down in there. All right, now let's get our syrup water. Pour it in there. That's easier, so I don't have to spill it this time. Lots. I added a little bit of bee health in there. It's got some spearmint and some other essential oils to help their health and induce them to be partaking of this. And I'm only going to go about halfway up on this and save mine for the rest of the feeding. Again, this is not a very big colony, so take them a little while to use that. But they're going to use that to build out the rest of that comb, which is very, very important. So now we've got that on there. Everything's good. So let's go ahead and cover up our syrup so we don't draw a lot of attention to ourselves. Get our cover on. Again, this time I'm still going to put the hole up since the feeder's at the bottom and not on top. Feeder on top, hole on bottom. Feeder on bottom, hole on top. That's the way I do things. All right. Get this beautiful copper cover on. There we are. Slide everything to back so they can get in and out. And guys, we have fed our barn bees, big colony. We've fed our gunslinger bees, small colony. I hope you like those feeders. We got to get the rest of them done, so I'll be back shortly. We have got all of our bees fed, inspected, lots of cool things to see. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you take the time to subscribe to RidgeLife, if you will. Hit the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video comes out on RidgeLife. And as always, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.
Mm-hmm.